Many have learned about Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, through our history books and history classes in school. Lincoln led the United States to ultimately defeat the Confederacy, and following his famous Emancipation Proclamation, he enacted measures to abolish slavery. Lincoln was correct in supporting the Union, which opposed slavery. He did not defend the Confederacy and the people supporting slavery. However, what most of us have never learned about is Abraham Lincoln's personal challenges. Our formal education rarely provides the insights of Lincoln's struggles. Rather than taking these signs as a motivation for surrender, he refused to stop trying his best. This eventually helped him to become one of the most well-known politicians and presidents in history. Abraham Lincoln was born in 1809. When Abraham Lincoln was 23 years old, he lost his job. At the same time, he also lost his bid for state legislature. Following this, he had another major blow when just 3 years later, at the age of 26, the love of his life, Anne Rutledge, died. Failure and struggles began following a consecutive pattern in his life. After 3 years from this, at the age of 29, he lost his bid to become Speaker in the Illinois House of Representatives. But despite all these back-to-back failures, he wasn't ready to give up easily. He was determined to work even harder and kept working persistently. However, he again failed in 1848. At the age of 39 years old, Lincoln also failed in his bid to become Commissioner of the General Land Office in D.C., but he kept himself motivated despite the series of failures. 10 years after that, at the age of 49 years old, failure occurred when he ended up defeated in his quest to become a U.S. Senator. But Lincoln didn't give up. As it says, there is no age limit for success. Lincoln served one term in the United States House of Representatives from Illinois. At the end of his term in 1849, he returned to Springfield. He sought an appointment as commissioner in the General Land Office in Washington, but he failed to get it. Later that year, he was offered the governorship of the Oregon Territory. He refused, convinced that he was now a failure in politics, but later joined the newly formed Republican Party after the Whigs collapsed in the wake of the 1854 Kansas-Nebraska Act. In 1858, he launched a challenge to Democratic Senator Stephen A. Douglas. Though Lincoln failed to unseat Douglas, he earned national notoriety for his role in the Lincoln-Douglas debates. He subsequently sought the Republican presidential nomination in the 1860 presidential election, defeating William Seward and others at the 1860 Republican National Convention. Lincoln went on to win the general election by winning the vast majority of the electoral votes cast by northern states. In 1861, at the age of 52, he secured the office of President of the United States and has since become one of the most famous failures to ever hold office in the United States. His face also appears on the U.S. $5 bill. The amount of rejections he tackled is numerous, but he was persistent and didn't let these affect his confidence. He kept working harder after each failure, and his never-give-up attitude has been his greatest assets for his success story. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Failures teach us to take risks in life and fight bravely. If you want to do remarkable in life, you have to try remarkable. It is a way to live a great life. Thank you for watching. If you have liked this video and gained some value, then like this video and do subscribe for more valuable contents. If you want to know 10 best life lessons from Abraham Lincoln's life, then comment me below.